Here I am in Mauville City's Pokemon Center. I'm gonna just go ahead and use this PC, and oh my goodness, I didn't plan this at all. It's an egg, and it's a why not. I really had no reason to show this, so why did I? I don't know, why not. But, let's go ahead and put that thing away. You may notice that, there is a Torkoal in my team, and also one in the PC. Because, yeah, in addition to winning the poll, there was also a lot of complaining that Cole is adamant, and apparently I'm a terrible person for using a bad nature. I've used an adamant Gardevoir before, which is really bad, and it worked okay, but in-game natures don't matter, but I went ahead and caught a new one anyway. Gentle lowers defense, which is its best stat anyway, so I think it can take the hit, raises special defense, it'll be fine. Named this one Coleman, just so it would be named differently, and I think that's a better name anyway, so... yeah, that's that. Coleman is now part of the team, and is not adamant, so people can shut up. I also need to switch bikes for something I'm going to be doing in a second here, but... in this video, I am going to tell a really long and dumb story that kind of will probably go on for a while and not have any sort of payoff, and that's what will make it awesome. So, go ahead and get on the bike here. I don't have it registered because I like the item finder, but anyway, my experience with older games. I grew up with an NES since before I can even remember it, honestly. And I had a Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis, and N64, and PS1, and all this old stuff. Here's the Mirage Tower, by the way. This thing appears and disappears whenever it wants. I really don't know why. Let me get it to disappear. I think it just does it when you leave the route, but... This is actually not my first attempt recording this, because the first time I didn't get the Mach Bike, and then I went through the tower, I'm like, oh, I need the Mach Bike. And then I went back to the city, and I did not get the Mach Bike, and came back, and yeah. Anyway, I don't know why that thing disappeared. Anyway, I had all the old systems, and then sort of all at once, when some things went bad in my life, now it's never going to reappear again, we lost pretty much all of our stuff, including our house. Our whole family was kind of screwed over. And this is a story that I don't have a problem getting into, but I haven't yet, and I don't really see any reason to. But point is, I didn't have any of the old systems anymore, and so because of this, I've kind of gone through many years of feeling like having older systems is a very rare thing. Also, leveling up and getting flamethrower. Awesome sauce. So, yeah, it's kind of just a stupid situational problem, because it's like, oh, since I don't have it, clearly nobody else does. But, yeah, I went through quite a few years of thinking that, like, oh my god, old games don't exist anymore. If you have a PS1, which is not really that old, then clearly you are some sort of wizard. Brenna actually has, like, the exact opposite reaction to this, because her first system was an N64, which I still consider fairly new, and it came with Duck Hunt, because it was, for NES, in case you're not aware, it was given as a gift from a relative who didn't know anything about video games, and neither did her family. By the way, here's two fossils. You get to pick one of them. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Claw Fossil, even though I'm not going to pick Armaldo. I mean, I'm not going to put it on my team. It's tempting, but, So, yeah, there goes the tower. And yes, this story is eventually going to get somewhere. It'll take a while. Grab the God, you're slow. So, yeah, the rest of this video is going to be exploring the desert and, battling trainers and all that fun stuff. So anyway, yeah, she had a game that would not work on the system, and nobody in the family could really figure out how to get it to work, because they didn't really know about it. But point is, they eventually did figure it out. She got a bunch of older systems, and so, yeah, kind of grew up with those in reverse. I don't know where this story's going, but There's a store near where we live that sells a bunch of used older games, and this was like the coolest thing in the world to me, because I'm like, oh my god, is it possible to find this anymore? And so this became very quick. This thing's actually really rare. I'm surprised I found one. I'll try to catch it. So yeah, it quickly became pretty much my favorite store to go to, just because of all the cool old stuff that they had. And then after the move, which I'll be talking about the move in a later segment, I just wanted to get this stupid story out of the way. God, I'm not used to narrating things. I've taken way too much of a break. So it's like hard for me to concentrate on anything. And now I'm not going to be able to catch this thing. I don't know why I'm even going to bother, because I'm not going to use it. I'm not filling the Pokedex in this playthrough. Anyway, there's another one of those stores. Like, maybe 20 minutes away from the other one. And these are the only two stores in the entire US. Like, I don't know why they're so close together. I guess it's just some sort of very local franchise that is for some reason not a single store. But anyway, yeah, we went to the second store and it had pretty much all the same stuff, and I mean, they had a different selection, but they still had everything from Atari up until current games, so that's kind of cool. Then Brenna also found another store that's like 5 minutes away from us that also sells old used games. And this one is not the same kind as the other one. I'm not saying the name of that store because there's only two in existence, and we live right next to both of them. If I said where they are, people would know where we are, and this is somehow a bad thing. So I'm not going to say the name of it, but anyway, this other third store we go to the other day, and this is where the story is actually going to reach a point. Because this is the most ass game store I have ever been to. And not because it doesn't have stuff, because it does. It actually had a lot of stuff. They have old, like, late 70s, early 80s Pac-Man merchandise. I don't actually know when Pac-Man came out, but it's like old classic stuff. They have, like, factory sealed N64 games. A whole bunch of really cool stuff. And when we went there, I went there to get an application, actually, because it would be cool if I could work there, but what am I doing? Killing a sand slash. There was one guy working there, and I don't know how the hell he got hired, because, like, my god. Okay, so we go in the store, we're looking around at games and stuff. I'm trying to find Ristar for Sega Genesis, because we have a Genesis, and we have, like, no games for the damn thing. And I would like to get Ristar, because I really like that game. And so I'm looking at it, I'm looking at their stuff, and it's not really organized in any sort of way. And so I am not sure if they have it or not. So I go up to the desk, and I ask for the application sheet, and I also say, like, can I see, like, your inventory list, or can I ask you if you have something? He's like, oh, we don't have one. Like, okay. And I walk away, and then Brenna overheard this, and she's like, what the hell kind of store doesn't have an inventory list, especially something like this, where it's all cartridges laying out on shelves, not really that well organized. You need a freaking inventory list. So we're wondering about this for a bit, and then another guy comes into the store, and he has a 360, and he's trying to sell it, and so the cashier guy is like, okay, do you want cash or store credit? He's like, I want cash. Oh, well, there's not that much cash in the register right now, actually, so I can't buy this. Apparently, there's no money in this store except for in the register. So once again, it's astounding. But and so the guy's like, "Do you know where else I could go to sell this?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I only work here, so I don't know any other places." Yeah, good freaking excuse. Yeah, you only work here. Really? We thought you worked at every store. I don't even know. And then another guy comes in, and he says, do you have Mario and Luigi for 3DS? That is exactly what he said. He didn't say Bowser's Inside Story. He just said Mario and Luigi for 3DS. I don't know if he knew the name, or he just didn't want to say the name, but whatever. And the guy's like, oh, we have Mario games, but I don't know if we have that one. And I'm standing right next to the frickin' DS section. It was not hard to find. Like, I actually didn't look if they had the game, because that didn't matter. But he didn't even point him over to the section like, oh, well, here's our DS games, why don't you look? No, he was just sitting on his ass like, I don't know. So I really hope I get this stupid guy's job, because he does not deserve to be there. Like, he just did not give a shit. It was amazing. My god, we seriously just wanted to call in and complain about this guy because he was the absolute worst help I've ever seen in a store before. So yeah, if I, and I can tell just, I can pretty much guarantee that I'm not going to get this job because I have no work experience, and this, I'm sure this is a thing that many people are going through, but it's different for me because I'm 23 and I've never had a job, and that's kind of terrible and inexcusable. But by the way, picnicking in a desert, it's amazing. But every store that you go to, no matter what it is going to require experience. So pretty much there's no way to start because there's no starting point. You need experience. So yeah, they're going to be like, oh, you don't have experience, you can't work here. And yet that asshole was able to work there despite, like, basically sleeping on the job. I don't know, I'm just complaining now. So yeah, that's my story about the crappiest game store. Oh yeah, also, stop doing dumb things and not paying attention to what's going on in the game. Come on, hit it! It has like 1 HP left. Oh my god. Hit it. Oh. Fine. I will use Beeve Coon because no, I won't really. Yeah, anyway, the store has this poster in the window. Hooray. And it has, like, the store name on it, and it has a picture of, like, a bunch of first-party Nintendo characters just using their artwork from Brawl. And there's also Sonic on there, which would make sense. And then Master Chief. And that's it. It's not like it also has, like, Sly Cooper and, what's his face from Half-Life, Gordon Freeman, and just, like, whatever other characters that people can recognize from other popular current games. No, it's Nintendo, Sonic, and Master Chief. That's it. Great poster. I don't really have any reason to complain about this poster. It's not hurting me in any way, but it was just really stupid. I don't know what the hell was wrong with it. So, yeah, that's, stop using ground types. I know it's a desert, but really now, I want to be able to use Zoe in something. And then I get hit by Dig, and everything is sad. I don't know what to say now, because I'm, like, getting progressively more and more pissed off at this battle. And that time it didn't use Dig. That would make too much sense. Was that all the trainers? I really hope it was. This desert is not really that useful. Oh, God, really? Okay, here's a great situation. Fighting a ground type, can't flee, can't attack. So what do? You wait until you die. I think this is pretty much the end of the video right here. I basically only went through this desert because I wanted to tell that story, and, well, it's a section of the game that I needed to show. Next time we'll probably be fighting Norman, because I don't think there's anything else I can use to waste time. So yeah, hopefully I'll get better at paying attention to the game while talking. It's a little difficult when I'm going on a completely pointless tangent like that, but I don't know. Now let's get rid of this thing. Okay, getting out of the desert. Because it is terrible. And I've already been up that mudslide area, so let's just go over to the creepy lady's house. Like, oh, I'm gonna heal you. Oh, you should heal again. Oh my god, yeah, awesome. Yeah, oh, take another heal. And let's see what's on TV. The fuck?